Welcome back to Hot Girl.
Ew. Sometimes Melissa is just so deranged, it's hard to be around.
Okay, right.
Okay.
Oh my god, what's happening? What's he doing?
He's really trying to get in the videos. Hey, hot boys and hot girls.
Quack, quack. On the iPhone.
I hope she, oh my god, there I go saying,
Almost choked on my wine just now.
Wow, she's definitely a big choker. That's what I've heard.
Yager is so excited about the duck.
He is. His tail's wagging and everything.
He's very excited. Anywho.
I'm Matt.
I'm Melissa.
And welcome back to our channel. As you may have guessed by the quacking, today we are making some delicious
duck.
Not
to be confused with. You guys need to subscribe to this channel.
Mm-hmm.
It continues.
We say
to
it every video. We say it every video, and you people still are disrespecting us.
I don't think you understand. We have the analytics, and we can see that
who is watching.
That more
from
than
where
50% are watching unsubscribed. So you guys are just creeping on us.
We know who you are.
Yeah.
So I mean, would you rather just subscribe, or would you rather us confront you?
We're gonna have to start calling out some names.
You do not want us showing up at your front door.
You don't.
No, ma'am.
Mm-mm.
So
that being said,
let's get into what's quacking. Yes, what you're going to season it with is some Florida seasoned pepper. You were supposed to, but you were lagging.
Okay. Some
pasta sprinkles. So you're going to heavily season the fat side. That way it really just is tasting delicious. Okay. So as we remember, the Florida seasoned pepper is like pepper with a citrus flair. We know we love a citrus flair. Trinidad lemon garlic for an additional citrus flair. Some pasta sprinkle for like an herby experience. Our Northwoods Fire seasoning is fire and just adds a little bit of a kick. So when we cook this, you'll see it gets kind of blackened. Don't be alarmed, it's not burnt. We're blackening it basically. And then just some salt and pepper. And then obviously some oil.
Ooh.
Some olive oil, because when have we ever cooked without olive oil?
Never.
And then to make the sauce that we're going to cook it in, all you need is some fresh rosemary, some balsamic vinegar, honey, and dried cranberries. The first step to preparing your duck for its roost, I don't know if that's the proper terminology.
I don't think it is.
The first step for preparing your duck for slaughter is we're going to render the fat on the stove. So you'll see what that means. Basically, this side is the fat. So here's what a duck breast looks like. The side that looks fat is the fat. So
Fatty.
Yes. So what you do is you're going to slice this side of the fat, maybe with a different knife.
Yeah, isn't really doing anything.
It's not doing the trick. You don't want to actually cut the whole way through the fat though. You're going to make slices like so. You can see where it like is a little bit of a slice, but it's not the whole way through. Every like 1/4 inch. And oh well, that one sure went the whole way through.
Sharp.
That one was too sharp. I was not expecting this knife to be this way. So basically you just cut through the fat a bit, every 1/4 inch in a cross-hatched pattern. Like so. And what this does is this allows the fat to what we call render when we put it on our cast iron skillet. Yeah, you heard that right. I know you're all excited at home to break out the cast iron skillet. It's because I'm sure the first time we used one, you ran out and bought it, and now you've been waiting. You're like, what else can I make with my cast iron skillet? Well, fear not, because we have a few things coming up, actually. Cast iron skillet. as you can see, we've scored and seasoned our meat. And now we have our cast iron skillet heating up on medium heat. And it's getting a little bit hot.
Toasty.
So we're just going to add a little bit of olive oil. Just enough to coat the bottom of the pan. Oh, yes. You see it starting to get smoky. That's how you know it's ready for our meat. I love that for us. Okay, so make sure the bottom of your pan is all covered with the olive oil and it is nice and hot. And you're going to put the duck scored side down, so that's the fat, onto our skillet. And this is the rendering the fat step. Not that you girls at home have ever heard of that before, but that's what you're doing in this step. And so you'll see as this starts to cook, we're going to leave this on here for about 8 minutes. And as this starts to cook, the fat releases fat juice. I wish it was that easy to render our fat. I wish I could just score my love handles and sear them and all the juice is gone. Yeah. And so all the juice emits and
good cooking, almost like bacon.
It's like cooking bacon. As you can see all this juice at the bottom. This is the fat rendering. So the next step is we are going to take the duck off of the cast iron skillet and you pour most of the fat out. So because we're in a rental, we're just going to pour it down the drain because we don't care. But if you were in your own home, maybe you pour it in a jar, whatever. I don't really care what you do with the fat. I don't care if you pour it all over yourself. Just take it out of the pan. But you need to leave enough to coat the bottom of the pan because we're going to cook the other side of the duck in it. And wow, you can see that's looking quite delicious on that side. Oh my, look at that. I've never seen anything more divine in my life. So you can see I just left a little bit of fat in there, enough to just grease the bottom of the pan. And now we're going to cook the other side of the duck, so the non-fat side, for about 2 minutes. Then you'll see after this, we're going to take these back off of the skillet, and then we're going to get started with making our sauce. And then we're going to put the duck back in to cook in the sauce and just absorb all the delicious flavor. We've had our duck cooking on low for about 2 minutes. So I'm going to take it off. As you can see, it's starting to look delicious on both sides. Put it back on your cutting board. What we're going to do with the duck is we're going to slice it in nice, tiny, skinny slices. But we'll get to that in a moment. Because what we really want to do is start making our sauce in the skillet. So I'm going to turn the heat down a little just so I don't have any overwhelming experiences.
So it's on low.
So you're going to add just a ton of honey to your cast iron skillet. And honestly, I'm just going to take the whole lid off because it's going to make it nice and easier.
Nice and easier.
So we have our honey. You're going to do about equal parts of the honey and the balsamic vinegar. And I always put the honey in first because I found if you do the balsamic vinegar first, it makes it too smoky. And now that we have this starting to mix together, I wish you all had smell-o-vision because it smells quite divine.
Sure does.
Now you want to add in, well first I'm going to add in some fresh rosemary. It's really going to give it quite a divine flavor profile going on in there. And I'm also going to add some dried cranberries. So the cranberries are going to start to kind of pop, and that'll give our duck a lot of really good flavor. So all you want to do is just continue stirring this so that everything starts to combine, and then your cranberries will start to pop a bit. And as your cranberries pop, you're going to want to pop your duck right back into the sauce. You can see we have our sauce. It's looking quite saucy and delicious. And off camera, I'm sorry to deprive you of this experience. I know you all want to see as much of you as much as me. Oh my god, as much of me.
It sounds like you might be a little intoxicated.
I would never. I am doing dry February.
As you sipped wine at the beginning of this episode.
Anyways, so as you can see off camera, oh my god.
Drunk.
I sliced our duck and it's kind of starting to look delicious. So all you're going to do is toss this in the sauce and you want to kind of,
each piece.
Yeah, you want to do it one piece at a time so you can kind of slather the sauce all over it, as you can see I'm doing. Because that's going to really give it a lot of good flavor as it finishes cooking. You don't want to cook it too much further than this unless you like a well done piece of meat, which we certainly have never liked anything like this. So you just want to cover your duck in the sauce, and we're just going to cook it in the sauce for another minute or two, and we'll get back to you then. As you can see, with that being said, as you can see, our duck is looking quite
divine.
Ducking delicious. So let's go ahead and cut a slice to show the homegirls at home. So it looks dark, right? Like it looks like it's maybe well done. And that is because we cooked it in the sauce. But when you actually cut it open, you can see it's more like a medium experience. Oh my god. It's everything to me.
Your fave has never tasted duck, let alone cooked it herself. So that's what I want to tell you about your fave.
Your fave, literally, I have nothing to say about your fave because
she's nothing compared to that.
I don't think about her. I simply don't know her. And, oh, oops, I'm struggling to get some of my cranberries.
As our Queen Mariah would say,
I don't know her.
I don't know her. Outstanding, incredible, everything you've ever wanted. There's not enough words to say about it.
Yager's even speaking about it. Yager's really wants some of that duck.
I'll give him a little tiny piece after I make sure the sauce is off. Okay, fine.
With that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll see you back for our next ducking delicious meal.
Real hot girl shit.